this is for all of my journal people out there, and to people who are interested in getting into journaling or creating a journal, and there's just too much pressure, especially when if you've gotten into daily journaling before, there's a lot of pressure to journal every day and keep your book full. I've been working through this. I started daily journaling 2 years ago. Yeah, so the past 2 years, and then this is my 3rd year. I started with, I think it was a Moleskine, just a small daily journal. It's like barely even an A6. And I filled the entire journal. I kept up with it every single day. And I was very proud of myself, but it was also a lot. And that was with small pages. And so it's a lot when your pages get bigger, because then the next year I was like, I can handle that smaller size. So I got an A5, a Hobonichi cousin, and I was really excited because I've seen like a ton of people use this journal online. And I've seen so many people use this journal, so I thought it wouldn't be impossible, but it was difficult. I fell out of my journaling habits because I put too much pressure on that one journal, and because of that, I was having a hard time going back to my journal because there was just so much pressure surrounding it, and it was no longer this fun thing that I really wanted to do. And I still love journaling, but now my journals look less perfect, and I don't show them online anymore. Probably because of that reason, but also because I've had other hobbies that have taken up more of my time, and I've really been enjoying videos other than journaling videos. But I want to go back to the journal and talk about it. Right now, I have a 5-year journal. I'm on my 2nd year of the Hobonichi 5-year. I started it in 2024. It is currently 2025. And I did not fill out all of the pages for the 2024 year, and I haven't for the 2025 year. I am kind of all over the place in it, and it was hard because if I have these wants to make it perfect, have this full journal where every day is completed, but for me that's not realistic, and it kind of sucks the fun out of it. Well, sometimes I like the accomplishment of a full journal, but I'm learning to accept that not every page is going to be full, and not every page is going to be perfect. And I'm just enjoying it for the way it's allowing me to create, and the way it's giving me this outlet and this space to make something. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if I missed a lot of days. It's the fact that I still completed a lot of days because I still had the joy and the excitement to go back to this journal because I didn't put too much pressure. Well, I've put some of that pressure on for a lot of this journal, but I'm trying to take that pressure off, and that's really making me feel better because I think it's also easier to see now that I'm in the 2nd year of my 5-year, and I'm starting to see how even on the pages where only 1 year is filled out, it's still documented that day. And it might not reflect all 5 years, like that might not be full by the end of this journal, but it could have 4 years, could have 3, and that still is a lot of information for me to look back on. And that's why I love this 5-year journal, is because it's a work in progress for a longer amount of time. So I have more time to dive into this journal, work on it. It's not like I have 1 year to complete this big journal and then I'm done. Because for me, when the year ends, I don't want to go back to the journal. So the fact that it's forcing me to go back to the same journal and add to it again has been really beautiful. And I'm just looking through my journal right now. I'm hopefully going to put a video of my journal with this and flip through. But I just see so much potential for it now, because there is a lot of blank spaces right now, but it's only the 2nd year in this journal and out of 5. So I have so much time to fill this up. And one of my favorite things about this journal is when I have time that I want to feel creative and work in my journal, I can just add watercolor to any of these pages. It's not about like doing it on this exact day, because sometimes I get particular about that, where everything needs to be on the day that it's for, to like kind of reflect that day in my life. But in reality, this is just kind of a giant art book where I can constantly add and create and do whatever I want. And the reason I started having this mindset, not about the perfectness and the fullness of the journal, but with the painting on whatever page and adding to whatever page, is from James Burke on YouTube. He will just go in and have these drawing or painting sessions where he goes in and adds more to each page. And he has a Hobonichi 5-year. And I think that's become like one of his main journals now, which I'm inspired to do, because I put so much pressure on having a journal for each year with the daily journals. But honestly, something like this 5-year I think works better for me. It's a smaller space, but I have more time to complete it. And I am just loving this. And I wanted to make this video because it's so easy for us to get in that perfectionist mode. I see a lot of journalers do this. It's me too. But I watch a lot of journaling content on YouTube, and a lot of people get in their heads about their journals and put a lot of pressure on it. Like these made up rules, like either that we have to complete a journal or that there's very specific things. I do this too, and I'm trying to break out of it. And I want to talk about this so that hopefully this will take the weight off someone's shoulders and realize that we don't have to make these perfect journals. One thing I've always thought about is adding to my journal, no matter what it is, I'm documenting that point in my life. So I can get a lot of information about even a blank page. When it's a dated journal, when I have a blank page, I might think, oh, maybe clearly it was a day I didn't want to journal. Or maybe it was a harder day or a busier day. And I can make some inferences based on these clues. And no matter, like, even if it's just a little doodle, like, the more I add to a page, the more context clues I'm giving to my future self who might want to look back on this. So it's not about it being perfect, it's about giving me this information in the future. And sometimes with a journal, it's not about the future at all. It's about just putting things on paper now for either my creative outlet or for a brain dump and getting words out of my brain. like, these are purposes for journals for me. It's not always about the finished product. And when it is about the finished product, it usually doesn't concern me how perfect it looks. It more so concerns me what I can figure out about that day in my life or that time in my life. And that's much more interesting to me than me coloring inside the lines or having a straight line or having good handwriting. And yeah, I love this 5-year journal. It has been so fun. I think one of my favorite things, if you are concerned with having so many blank pages, just go through your camera roll, print out whatever photos you have, and stick them in on those days. Sometimes they can be the most random photos, and sometimes I don't bother putting those in, but sometimes it gives like a new context to that day. And I love going in and adding photos because photos are so fun to look back on, even if they're like tiny little photos from a crappy printer. It's still more than a blank page. But also, don't be afraid of the blank page. Go, if it truly bothers you, add these pictures, add the doodles on top. I love just pulling out my watercolors. That's my favorite thing with my 5-year is adding watercolor. So, yeah, go find some watercolors or whatever your favorite supply is for journaling, like to add some color to your page or whatever your style is. Do that. Like, add it even if it's not on that same day. Just have fun with it, make it colorful if that's what you want, and just have that freedom. I think I mentioned this earlier, but it was the moment when I realized that this journal wasn't going to be perfect, like it wasn't going to have all the full days and whatever, that I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. I can just add watercolor when I want. I can just doodle on these pages. I can just throw in some washi tape. Like, one of my new favorite things is I'll take the leftover watercolor on my brush. If I don't want to add it to that particular page, I'll just go and throw it on a random page and just let that color build up over time, because eventually I'll add something else over top and it will add a new look. And it's all an accumulation of me and what I like and what I do. And yeah, so that's about all I wanted to say. But just try to get out of your head a little bit, because it's just a journal. It's just a book with lots of paper. And it's going to be okay. And also use your stickers. Don't be afraid to use your stickers. I just watched a video on sticker anxiety. Yeah, don't be afraid to use your stickers. So yeah, thanks for listening. Hopefully you got something out of this video. And if you want to comment what is your favorite way to add to your journal. Is it watercolor? Is it paint pens? Is it just your regular ballpoint pen that you like a specific doodle? Like, what's your favorite thing to put in your journal? And favorite way to add to your journal? That's my question. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.